Welcome to the Daily Boogie.
Someone asked if I'll read them a story earlier. Let's do it. Vox.com. For regulars of the Periscope, you'll know that Fox is a go-to source for me, for us. We enjoy a little bit of Vox story time. 5 reasons to worry why Trump is undermining the Justice Department's independence. The DOJ held on to its political independence in Trump's first year. Is that changing? Held on to its political independence. Some people may have an issue with that, the use of the word political independence, considering some of the folks that have gone through the DOJ in recent administrations. Just a suggestion. I mean, that's a priori that's being put forward here. It held on to its political independence. Are they saying that all the people that were there before Trump arrived are still there mostly, so it's good? Something to consider. A series of recent news stories raises questions about how much longer the main US federal law enforcement bodies can hold out against Trump's authoritarian instincts when it comes to the rule of law. Let's see, authoritarian instinct. Like they know the man intimately. They know him intimately. I mean, you know what it's like. You watch a couple of Donald Trump rallies. You know, you see where he wants to invite into the press corps people like bloggers and alternative media and stuff, and you're like, this guy's an authoritarian scumbag! This is like pure fascism, man. I know, I'm feeling you, bro. I'm feeling you. Just last week, we learned that both the Justice Department was re-examining the Hillary Clinton email case, clearly authoritarian, and the FBI had revived a dormant investigation into the Clinton Foundation. And it's like, I'm sorry, I have to take your first answer. The FBI can't revive a dormant investigation. Dormant, like it's an ancient spiritual being laying under the rocks. Don't awaken the beast. The beast is dormant. We mustn't disturb the beast. On top of that, 2 Republican senators referred to the author of the Steele dossier, which claimed collusion between Trump and Russia, to the Justice Department for potential criminal prosecution. How dare they? How dare they? All right. I mean, this is clearly fascist behavior. 2 Republican senators now. The crew is growing of these people who want to challenge the political independence of the DOJ by suggesting cases be reopened. It's possible there are reasonable explanations for each of these moves. For instance, the new investigations and the criminal referral could be based on legitimate evidence, or they could end up not resulting in any action at all. Perhaps Trump's new appointees could prove to be the defenders of the Justice Department's independence. But, slap your bottom, because we got a but. But, when viewed in the context of Trump's many public demands that his political and even bureaucratic opponents be investigated and charged with crimes, and his known efforts to interfere with the Justice Department investigations, all this makes for a, quote, disturbing pattern. It's disturbing, ladies and gentlemen. Viewed in the context of is a great way of priming a pump for your oncoming opinion, yet masquerading it as a fact. That's just a writing technique. Again, they're just doing what they do. I'm not saying, how dare you? I'm just saying, well written, tip of the hat. Job well done. Everybody does it. Viewed in the context of, and then out you go. You know, it'd be like saying Hillary Clinton should have been president in 2016, but viewed in the context of a rainbow world where unicorns ride free and gay across dandelion fields and they drop fairy dust on the voting public, Donald Trump wins. Right? You view it in that context. I mean, it's ridiculous. Obviously. Many people in our country are asking what the Justice Department is going to do about crooked Hillary, Trump tweeted in December. The department, quote, must finally act against former FBI Director James Comey and former Clinton aide Huma Abedin, he tweeted last week. And in November, he asserted that the Democratic Party had violated campaign finance laws and money laundering during its 2016 primary and asked, where is our Justice Department? Now, in light of the recent revelations from Twitter HQ, I guess it would be fair to assume that these tweets are probably not indicative of some kind of fascistic authoritarian streak in the president, but rather, at least, offensive hate speech that should be removed by someone in the trust and safety department of Twitter. So let's not lose our heads here. It's fine. Someone from Twitter is on the job. Someone at Twitter HQ is monitoring the situation closely, and if need be, they will release Donald Trump's DMs to the public to restore trust and safety in their users. Throughout most of Trump's first year in office, his efforts to bend the law enforcement agencies of the United States to his will seemed to fail, seemingly demonstrating the resilience of American institutions against a president with authoritarian instincts. That's, again, second time we've used it. I haven't written much, and I'm not a professional writer, but one rule I tend to keep to is try not to use the same little meme too often in the one article, unless that's the point of the article. You see what I mean? I once wrote an article called Shock and Awe, and it was about German elections. And they said, we're shocked. We don't understand how this result could happen. So I went through and listed all of the things, all of the hot topics in German working class society: unemployment, migration, political correctness, government overreach. And, I'd put like, many people might have been shocked at the debt level, or many people might have been shocked at government overreach. Many people might have been shocked. Shock, 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 shock. And then you hit it back to the main theme. But the government is shocked why this result happened. And it's like, come on, guys. So, something to think about there. Authoritarian instincts. It's now number 2 for authoritarian instincts. That could be the point, because again, remember, 5 reasons to worry. Why should we worry? Because the president has authoritarian instincts. No. Worry number 1, the Justice Department is looking into Hillary Clinton's emails again. Why should it be a worry? My question, if you're, and again, please, feel free. It's an open source Periscope here. It's an open source live stream. If you have issues, let us know. Tell us why. You'll find I'm very fair, very reasonable. And dissenters go to the head of the class, just so you know. Dissenters will get addressed first. But if you're, pardon me, if you think the Justice Department looking into Hillary Clinton's emails again is a source for worry, my question would be, why? Hey, she's got nothing to hide. What's the worry, right? Hey. If you've said many times previously that, hey, she's already been investigated, it's been dismissed, it's over. I'm like, great. So what's the harm in having another look at it? If you're right. You shouldn't be worried about that. Right? What's the worry? If you genuinely have no worry, let's see your browser history, for example. The FBI is investigating the Clinton Foundation again. Why is that a worry? Why are you worried about it? There's already been heaps of investigations into the Clinton Foundation. They found no evidence of any wrongdoing. The Clinton Foundation does amazing charitable work around the world. It is a pillar of, philanthropy. It's a great foundation. They do good things. There's no story here. Forget about it. Great. So, why are you worried if they have another look at it? Right? The Trump administration made temporary appointments of key US attorneys skirting the Senate confirmation process. Okay. I can see why someone may have a problem with that. I would have to be informed whether he's the first guy to do it or not. And if he's not the first guy to do it, then I would suggest, did you have a problem with it before? Because if you didn't have a problem with it before, then I would say, why do you have a problem with it now? But again, I don't know. I'm a little scant on that one. But that would be my first question. Did Obama do it? Are you an Obama supporter? Yes. Did Obama do it? Yes. Did you have a problem with it then? No. Okay, then don't worry about it. Sure, it's going to be fine, like it was last time. Why would you think otherwise? Could it be possibly because the president has, quote... Where's my quote? Where is it? Da-da-da-da. Oh, well, we know the quote. Authoritarian instincts. I need to hotkey that. Could you be worried because the president has authoritarian instincts? This one. Just this one. Number 4. 2 Republican senators refer to the Steele dossier author for potential criminal prosecution. Hey, has he done anything wrong? No. What are you worried about? Just referring someone for criminal prosecution doesn't mean they're a criminal. Right? So one of these silly Republicans said, you know what, the author of that Steele dossier, he needs to be prosecuted. Okay. If you believe he didn't do anything wrong, why are you worried? A referral for potential criminal prosecution is not indicative of guilt. Just the same as I would say to people who say that Paul Manafort has been indicted, an indictment doesn't mean he's guilty either. It means he's been indicted. So, I don't see too many people worried about Paul Manafort. From what I can gather, most people say he's going to be fine. I haven't seen any articles, 5 reasons to worry. Why, Paul Manafort's indictment means the end of the world as we know it. I haven't seen that article. Might be out there, but I haven't seen it. So, referral for potential criminal prosecution doesn't mean he's guilty. Don't worry about it. 5 reasons to worry. We haven't got one yet. Vox, what are you doing? Lift your game. I'm all for, a nice potpourri of sources. I'm not a source Nazi. I will read anything that comes across my desktop. And I'll give everything fair play. So 5 reasons to worry about why Trump is undermining the Justice Department. I haven't seen one yet. If I'm being really bipartisan, even if I'm being taking a very liberal view of it, I haven't seen one. This is a very poor effort from Vox. I'll have a look at that tomorrow, thank you. Look up Manafort's past. You'll be happy he is in hot water. Oh yeah, I know he's done a lot of things, but again, if he's done things that you don't like in the past, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's guilty of this particular thing that he's being indicted for either. And if it's a moral issue, then I don't think it's right to I wouldn't be cheering that he's in hot water just because he has political movements in the past that I disagree with. Personal opinion, I don't particularly want to live in a society that says, hey, we don't like what you do, so we're going to throw you in prison. So, true, but he is a scumbag. Yeah, but true, but the CG slice. It's a difficult. It's a tender line to tread on there. It's like, yeah, true, but he's a scumbag. Well, being a scumbag isn't a crime either. you know, if you're in favour of people, if you're in favour of locking up scumbags, I would suggest that you be on guard, because one day someone may get into power that thinks you're a scumbag, and then you're in the can. And you might think it's unfair because you're not a scumbag, you haven't done any scumbaggery, you haven't been engaged in scumbagging, but that's all subjective, brother. You know, you might think you were doing the right thing, but one man's scumbag is another man's saviour. That's why we have these rules. So whoever's in power at the time can't just declare people scumbags and lock them up for no reason. The top DOJ and FBI officials Republicans have targeted for criticism are leaving or being sidelined. Okay. I'm not sure that I should be worried about that. They don't say that they're leaving or being sidelined because they're being targeted. Again, if I was an official being targeted and I have nothing to worry about, i.e. I've done nothing wrong in a legal sense, again, someone may think I'm a scumbag, but luckily we don't live in that society, in Western societies generally, for now. But if I didn't do anything wrong, why would I leave? Why would I be being sidelined? The two don't necessarily align as the headline would have you believe. But interesting stuff nonetheless.